It's rocking and rolling here at Bayside Balls. The hometown team takes to the lanes. The three-time Alliance Cup champion Portland Lumberjacks are axing again, trying to advance the Alliance Cup Finals here at the PBA Elite League Playoffs. Welcome to Bowling Heaven, Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine, where the lobsters are coated with butter and the bowling is the best you'll ever see. It's the Alliance Cup PBA Elite League Playoffs, presented by Snickers. We will see the top-seeded Las Vegas High Rollers. You just saw them beat the Muscle 3-1 tomorrow night, 7 Eastern Time, FS1. Who will meet them? Lumberjacks and Atom Splitters right here, right now. Welcome everybody back to Bayside. I'm John Fanta. He's my partner, Randy Pedersen. We'll join the third member of our team, Kimberly Pressler, in a few moments. All right, RP, semifinal number 2. What's your headline with this showdown?
Well, I think Portland's got to be a heavy favorite. I think they've made it to the finals 5 out of the last 6 years here in Portland, Maine, and they're definitely going to have the crowd behind them. I think they're a stronger team, but Akron is managed by Mark Baker, and they have Jesper Svensson in the anchor role. So, as we just saw, you still have to perform. Doesn't matter what it says on paper, and I think it's going to be a great matchup.
Let's take a look at our Bowl TV highlights. One of the things that Akron has going for them is that they've got some momentum and that they were able to beat LAX last night.
Yeah, big Chris By. What a stud this guy is. He just laces that shot there. Doherty right behind him. He's won this event before. Of course, he goes Brooklyn to trip to 6, and he's like, what? The other guy threw Brooklyn on the other team. But this is the head scratcher, right? I mean, for everybody, us and everyone watching. And then Jesper just gets up and slams the door. Fresh off of his win at the Storm Lucky Larson Masters in Sweden. Belmonte still had another chance, and it wasn't to be.
Not to be a tough year for LAX. Akron, a winner on their side. Now let's talk about this Portland Lumberjacks team, because you don't tell the story without, of course, Tim Mack, and then the man known as the franchise, Wes Milan.
The big nasty, yeah, he's battling an elbow injury right now. Not really sure what his physical status is going to be for tonight. But you also have Kyle Troop, and you have Chris Prather, Arturo Quintero, the hometown man, and then, of course, we have Chris Prather as well on the Lumberjacks. Packy was a couple years back. This is them winning the 3rd straight. There's the celebration.
Just such a dynasty in PBA League. And now in this first year of this Elite League, they are the 2nd seed. They faced the High Rollers late in the regular season. The High Rollers got the best of them.
Yep.
They want that date tomorrow night.
The High Rollers got the best of everybody. You know, and again, Andrew Anderson was fantastic throughout the entire season. But you know what? The one thing I also like about Portland is they're returning every starter from last season and then added Tom Smallwood. Pretty strong.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy that you want to be able to add to bolster your roster. Look, we just saw. Expect the unexpected, because it looked like in our opener here tonight, Las Vegas had total control. There was a glimmer of hope. But they put them to bed from there, and that's why the High Rollers moved past the Motown Muscle. One storyline tonight, expect the unexpected. Normally, Kyle Troop and Jesper Svensson, they do everything together, right?
Yeah.
Well, tonight they're on opposite teams. Kimberly Pressler details that rivalry.
You know what? These guys are best friends. I'm pretty sure I heard you guys were out and about on the town tonight, but tonight they are rivals. And Jesper, let's start with you, because last night on this TV pair, your team was absolutely red hot. You were clutch when you needed to be. But what was the conversation like coming into tonight with your team right now during practice, knowing that you're going to take on your best friend and this hometown team?
Yeah, obviously we're going to need another solid performance, and you know, it's the home team. It's always tough to beat, but we're going to give it the best we can, and I mean, have them show up to win at their home soil.
Did you guys trash talk at all today?
A little bit, but not too much. Not yet, but it's probably coming out tonight.
All right, good luck to you guys. Kyle, you know, everybody loves to come to Bayside, but the second the Lumberjacks step out on these lanes, this place goes absolutely electric. So how are you going to use, you know, these guys you consider like the 12th man out here or the 7th man out here to your guys' advantage to take on the super tough team?
You know, it just feels great to be home. This is the Lumberjacks' home. We love Bayside Bowl. We love the fans here. And, yeah, you kind of stole my line there, Kimberly. They're our 7th man here in this tournament. And we're going to put on a show for the fans and hopefully hoist another cup for them.
All right, good luck to you guys tonight.
Well, the stage is set. Best of friends, tonight, enemies. They're on opposite sides. It is a race to 3 points coming up here in PBA Elite League semifinal action. Each game is worth 1 point. First to 3 wins. If we are tied after 4 games, we will go to a shootout. Each team would pick 3 representatives, 1 ball apiece. Lumberjacks, Atom Splitters from Portland, next. It's always rocking here at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. PBA Elite League presented by Snickers. Randy Pedersen, we love coming to Portland every year. Tom Clark had this find, and this place has been a gem.
Yeah, Tom Clark and his vision, along with Charlie Mitchell, put this one-of-a-kind event together. And if you've never been to Portland, Maine in September, you're missing out. And if you've ever been to Portland, Maine, and you've never made it over to Bayside Bowl, you need to.
Let's take a look at tonight's Brunswick oil pattern, the Mark Roth 42.
Named after the great one, Mark Roth, maybe the best clutch player in the history of the Professional Bowlers Tour. You can see the players are going to play the inside part of the lane. The biggie, the right lane's going to be tighter. It's going to go straighter on the right. Left lane's going to hook. And that's what we've seen throughout.
So, you not only have 2 great teams, but you said it earlier, you get Mark Baker on one side and Tim Mack on the other. Folks, buckle in. This is going to be quite fun. Mike Jakubowski introduces us to the Atom Splitters.
The Akron Atom Splitters. On deck is Nick Pate. Leading off, Chris Vi. Bowling second, Francois Lavoie. Bowling third, Tom Doherty. Bowling fourth, Dick Allen. The anchor is Jesper Svensson. The Akron Atom Splitters are managed by PBA champion Mark Baker.
Chris Vi in that leadoff slot, an individual strike percentage of close to 60 in the regular season. See how they stack up. You lead off with Vi, and then you cap it with Jesper Svensson. That's special. 7. On the left side, they begin. Let's meet the Portland Lumberjacks. After Vi takes his shot.
Hang on.
Oh, boy. Well, apparently Vi would have rather us met the Portland Lumberjacks there. Let's meet them now.
Your hometown Portland Lumberjacks. On deck, Wes Malak. Leading off, Graham Farr. Bowling second, Arturo Quintero. Bowling third, Tom Smallwood. Bowling fourth, Chris Prather. The anchor player is Kyle Troop. The Portland Lumberjacks are managed by USBC Hall of Famer Tim Mack.
Listen to this place for the hometown team. Just electrifying.
And for the first time for Portland, no Big Nasty, no Wes Malott.
Graham Fa, the one-time champion, 9-year pro. The lefty, we've seen a lefty be a part of a championship team every year since 2017. And Fa, like Vi, has one left.
Getting back to the Wes Malott issue, he's been battling an elbow problem, and obviously he can't go. If he had any chance of helping the team, he'd be out there.
So you're in a situation tonight with a franchise who's been such a staple to their championship runs not available. Fa cleans that up, so spare to start. And so that means Arturo Montero will be in that second slot here as we go to Lavoie. Six-time champion, Harry Golden Rookie of the Year in 2016. He owns the 29 televised 300, along with the 26. Two 300 games on TV for Lavoie. Here it's a 10. You talked last night about the left lane and the friction.
Well, the Lumberjacks, because they're the higher seed, got choice of starting lane, and they chose to start on that right lane. If it goes 4 games, they'll have to finish on this left lane.
It is a race to 3. If they're even after 4 games, each team selects 3 members for a 1-ball roll-off. And now here's a man who is extremely popular here because this is his home center. Arturo! Whoa! Oh!
I thought he was going to jump into the crowd. I really did.
For good reason. That's the fire we need. If you don't love that, you don't have a pulse.
I love Arturo.
Tom Doherty. Smooth one-hand release.
No thumb, one hand. No problem for Tom Doherty. The Bulldog.
Yeah, from one time to another. Smallwood, 3-time champion. We saw him way back at the beginning of the year at the Players. Smallwood, yes sir!
Smallwood, splitting wood.
Tom at 66% the regular season on strike percentage. And now here's another man who presents quite a bit of experience. How about a quarter century?
Former MVP in this event.
He loves team bowling. Tom Clark told us earlier today, he just flourishes in this setting.
And the one thing you got to watch for in this match is Francois Lavoie and that man right there, Dick Allen, because of their lower rev rate, will they get the corner pin out? Will they kick the 10 out? Francois left one in the second, and here Allen in the 4th.
And Allen cleans up the 10. Portland, they were 2-0 versus Akron in the regular season. These two teams have each won the Elias Cup 3 times, an all-time record. I'd like to break the record tomorrow night. Only one can advance. Vegas High Rollers away the winner of this one. Here's Chris Prather.
You wanted that one. That would have increased the lead by 10 more. If he strikes on that shot there, it would have been 31.
Instead, after that strong start, Quintero got this place on fire. If you're Akron, certainly a deficit, but it could be worse. It could be worse. And here is the Iceman. There's a guy who has had another really strong season with the 12 titles. Winner of the Storm Lucky Larson Masters in Sweden. You were there.
I was. Yeah. Hey, he did a lot of that in Sweden as well.
How impressed are you with his just continued evolution?
I've always been impressed with Jesper, both on and off the lanes.
And what do you like most about his buddy?
Kyle?
Yep.
Kyle's just a fun guy. Not to mention the fact he's one of the most intense players on the tour. And when he is at that real high level of shot making, he wins.
12-time champion, 2-time major champion, the United States Open champion this year.
Kyle, look how far right that is.
Man, that merged into some traffic, Randy. That's far.
Yep, that might have worked on the left lane, but not on the right lane.
And Kyle cleans that up. The best buds going at it. Akron and Portland getting after it with the high rollers awaiting the winner. Lumberjacks off to a good start. Arturo Quintero flying in Maine. PBA playoffs. Let's flash back to A.J. Johnson and the Adams Splitters. A.J. will be in the championship matchup tomorrow night, but in 2018 they defeated the Philadelphia Hitmen 2-0 at Bayside Bowl right here in Portland. Chris Barnes was named the MVP, and with the win, the Adams Splitters made history at the time, the first to be named 3-time Elias Cup champion. The Iceman, Svensson, Barnes, Dynamite, and Akron now looking for a fourth here this week at Bayside. But it's the Lumberjacks, their opponent tonight, who are also a the most recent 3-time champion. Quite the history, but for these two teams.
And 3 of the 5 players from that squad still with manager Mark Baker.
And another in A.J. Johnson, who we'll see tomorrow night when the High Rollers of Las Vegas meet the winner of this one. Here is Chris Vi. And the 10. What do you make of the start to this one?
Slow compared to what we saw earlier. Wouldn't you say? How about 4 10-pins in 6 frames for the Adams Splitters to start?
Yeah.
Sorry, 3 10-pins and a 7-pin.
I figure that's going to be tough against the mighty Lumberjacks. It's an Akron team that never won or lost more than 2 consecutive matches, went 9-5. This Portland team, they also went 9-5 because they took the tiebreaker over the Adams Splitters. Their 2-0 head-to-head record. Graham 5, the 7.
Lazy 7, lazy ball reaction down lane, but last year Graham Faw was the brightest star on this team. If I recall correctly, he never missed.
He did not miss.
In the finale.
You are absolutely correct. This center's been great to him, and he's been dominant here. It's a Lumberjacks team that returns all 5 players from last year's runner-up squad. 4 of 5 from that 2022 title team. And in 2022, RP, Lumberjacks were down 2-0. in that Alliance Cup Finals.
Quite the comeback. Who was the southpaw on that team? Was it not Packy Hanrahan? I believe it was.
You are correct.
Packy got drafted the very next year, went first, and Portland needed another southpaw.
Wow.
Speaking of southpaws, Francois just went Brooklyn.
Yes, he did. And, well, the way that Akron had been going, you'll take it. If you said that it's been a bit slow, well, this guy's provided the life tonight.
This guy's the life of the party everywhere he goes.
'22-year pro, Quintero! This is his town! Best hair, best man!
He's fearless.
He's the king of Bayside. There's his family, his wife Layla. He's originally from Mexico, spent 17 years on the Mexican national team. Gold medal at the Central American Games in '17. Tom Doherty off that crowd, and that one went inside of target. Oof.
3-6-10, you got to pay it respect. Try to cover all three with the bowling ball.
80%.
80% of the time. It's made on the tour. We get those numbers for our good friends at Lane Talk. For more information, please visit lanetalk.com and download their free app.
The Lumberjacks control the regular season series between these two. They've got a sturdy lead here. Back to Tom Smallwood. Up 18. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep.
Close at the arrows, but much more up the lane. And that's why the ball goes through the nose, almost Brooklyn. Just kind of a pull. Again, some of these players are in their mid-40s, and the longer they have to wait to throw shots, the tougher it becomes.
Tom started the year so strong, said he went through some ups and downs. Second at the Players' Championship. He was in the PBA playoffs. Beat Andrew Anderson in that playoffs matchup. Back to Dick Allen.
This time the 10 goes, Johnny.
And Akron is back into this thing.
Second to the right, 6-pin. Just gets us enough of that 10. Sets up the 10th frame for the Adams Splitters. They can strike out now for 209. Lumberjacks are going at 207 if they strike spare the rest of the game.
Prather, he held his pose, and that's why. Chris Prather, big time. Counter punch from the Lumberjacks. They want to hang another banner here this week. There's a member of that last title team. Nicky Larson's Masters champion earlier this month.
Yeah, that came down to the 10th frame as well. Pretty exciting match.
Jesper.
Hello.
The 10 was helpful. So see those max scores. Trying to keep the pressure applied here is a guy who showed us his clutch gene time and again this season.
One more 9 and he'll force his best friend to strike on the first ball in the 10th.
This man, the youngest to ever win the PBA Tournament of Champions when he was 20 years, 357 days young. He's had such a successful career, and he's still young. And that is a tough one. Oof.
Well, if he gets 2 more, they'll shoot 195. If Kyle goes 9 out, the Lumberjacks will shoot 195. Kyle just needs a mark.
And again, it's race to 3. One game doesn't cap it. You need 3.
Yeah.
And even in our first matchup tonight, we saw that go to a 4th on a night where the High Rollers were pretty dominant.
I'm just wondering if the back-to-back oiling, where after you strip and re-oil the lanes and you don't give the oils enough time to sit and set up, I wonder if that is affecting the scoring pace here early on.
You're within.
There's a lot of people that think, hey man, that it has to sit for a certain period. Then there's others that, nah, that doesn't matter.
I think you got a point, because this scoring's down here. We'll see how it evolves. Troop, there it is. Troop, there it is. Lumberjacks had the opening acts. 1-0.
The same shot. I want to say the same rhythm, same tempo.
4th arrow out to about 4. Just a rack shredder. 7-10's up for a second.
And you heard Tim Mack give him that message here before this shot. Same rhythm, same everything from you. With Wes watching.
Johnny, getting back to the oil pattern and what my thoughts are, both teams playing much deeper, much earlier than we saw in our first show.
And here comes the franchise.
Maybe we're going to see more hook on that other lane. Still roll it and still hook it.
10-time champion, 23-year pro.
Hall of Famer. Did you mention that?
Did not. 2 years ago, inducted in the Hall of Fame. 3-time Alliance Cup champion, United States Open champion in 2012-13. Fan favorite here. Lumberjacks take a 1-0 lead.
It was in.
See him battling that arm. Folks, the High Rollers are awaiting the winner. Arturo Quintero is the man in Portland. He could be elected mayor. Lumberjacks on top. Welcome back to Bayside Bowl here in Portland, Maine. The Portland Lumberjacks on top 1-0 on the Akron Atom Splitters. Here is our bracket tomorrow night. 7 Eastern Time, FS1 Elias Cup Final. The High Rollers have never won the Elias Cup. Their opponent, either or, has won it 3 times. Will Vegas cap what has basically been a perfect season? Or will the Lumberjacks or Atom Splitters be able to salvage it? Let's go to Kimberly Pressler, who's with Wes Malott.
Guys, it was so loud down here. I actually wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to hear you throw it to me. Wes's crowd is going absolutely berserk when you stepped on the lanes and threw that ball. But I just heard that you were not being put in the lineup. What's happening with the elbow?
No, I actually feel fine. It's I just don't have a great ball reaction yet, and these guys are warmed up. We're going to roll with it again, and you know, if we find somebody's kind of in trouble or whatever, then we'll put me in there and, you know, just kind of see what happens. But right now, I got faith in these guys, and I'm going to be behind them and rooting them on, just as obviously everybody else is in this crowd. So let's keep it rolling and keep it loud in here.
So you're 100% and you're ready to jump in anytime they need you, right?
Absolutely.
All right, good luck to you guys.
Thanks,
Well, it's Wes Malott in a nutshell right there.
You don't get to the Hall of Fame without having some street cred, some guts. You know, players week in and week out compete with injury or injuries, and Wes is no different.
Listen to this place rock for foul.
You know, John, this is a sport. Now, it's not a collision sport. It's not like we're running, you know, into other players on the lanes, but there's still a ton of injuries that happen to players, and some are worse than others, obviously, but you have to learn how to battle through some of that.
Wow. Took a bounce. That took a bounce. It's a strike.
Bounce.
Wow.
Yeah, bounce and then bounce left.
Hopscotch.
A lot more angle on the right lane, and again, I'm going to touch on the fact that we did not have the opportunity because of the quick turnaround to let the re-oiled lane set up. And he was hooking it on the right lane. What's he going to do on this lane?
We'll let the crowd tell you the result.
Look at how much hook that is. So now his option is he's got to keep moving left. He's got a few more boards he can move, or he's got to throw it faster. Or he can change the ball that's not as aggressive. But that needs to push another 3 feet down the lane before it starts to go left. 80% of the time, it's a 3-6-10. Again, try to cover all three with the ball. Careful.
And converts. That was nicely done by Quintero, Arturo Quintero. For those just joining us, this is his home bowling center, Bayside Bowl. Here in Portland, 20-plus years as a pro, and just beloved. Back to Lavoie, who was fortunate his last shot. And again, the Atom Splitters now in need of a rally here off a tough start, and that shot from Lavoie leads to 10.
Another 10-pin for Lavoie. The only strike he's thrown has gone Brooklyn. Manager Mark Baker, PBA champion. Arguably the best coach in the world.
41 years as a pro, 4-time champion. And the author of the bowling instructional book, The Game Changer. Just an elite teacher of this sport. Elite. Listen to the chants of Smallwood. In his first year with the Lumberjacks. Tom's got a strike.
The tickler. Something popped out from the pit. Tickled the 7-pin down. Tampa Tom.
To Doherty from one time to another. That one went in. That was.
And again, we got to have more angle this way on both lanes. There is just way more reaction than we saw. Oh my goodness. Did you see that jersey? That was the game that Doherty bowled against Mika Koivuniemi. Tournament of Champions, I believe, 2011. What a cover. Wow.
Wow.
So Tom Doherty shoots 100 to Mika's 299.
And he has to be reminded of that?
That's heartless.
Jeez.
What a great conversion on the 3-9-10 though from Doherty.
I mean, I kind of think of a student section in a college game when they know that the other team's flaws.
Well, who are they bowling?
Right. That's my point. Lumberjack fans do their homework. Prather!
You see Prather's creating angle, and then he's using speed and rotation to get it to come around the corner.
It's just so smooth. And winning Rolf Holman doubles chant with Andrew Anderson earlier this year. Andrew with the high rollers. Now Dick Allen leaves the 7. You think about this Akron team, they protected Chris Vi and Jesper Svensson. Their draft picks, Dick Allen, Nick Pate, Tom Doherty, and Francois Lavoie.
You know, I just can't help but think when I watch Dick Allen and then I watch Chris Vi on the same team, how much the sport has changed.
Yep. Bingo.
And then what age does to you, because as we know, nobody beats Father Time, and as we get older, it's just that much harder to create the power. We lose the legs, we lose the leverage, we lose the wrist, we lose the ability to be able to do things that normally we could have done 20 years earlier.
Kyle Troop. An all too familiar pose.
Right? What are we talking about? Way to use those. Way to use the bottom half, right? Way to take us to commercial. Perfect.
You hear Tim Mack say, way to use the bottom half. Now back to a guy who knows how to win this thing. Fresh cut of the Iceman. To the barber shot. Goes the strike shot here. Got a battle in game number 2. Adam Splitters. Pressure's on. They don't want to be down 2-0 to the home team. The Las Vegas High Rollers, they made quick business of Motown earlier. Lumberjacks in command. Adam Splitters looking to get rolling. Next Sunday, week 3 of the NFL kicks off on Fox as Jalen Hurts leads the Eagles against Derek Carr and the Saints, or other regional action. Then in America's Game of the Week, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens trying to bounce back, taking on Dak Prescott and the Cowboys in Dallas. Check for the game in your area, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Hey, John, you want to go down to the floor and talk with manager Tim Mack?
Always love talking with Tim Mack.
All right, let's do it. Hey, Timmy Mack, can you hear us in the booth?
That's Randall. How are you?
Hey, buddy, how are you, man? Hey, nice start. Winning the first game. You're up here halfway through game 2. What do you talk about? What kind of strategy do you go over with your team during the commercial breaks?
Listen, the lanes are a little bit more difficult than the earlier match, so you got to try to not make any mistakes. So we just talked about staying in the moment, trying to make one good shot out of commercial, see if we can't get up 2-0. This team is full of talent that we're playing against, and we're just hopeful that we can make some good shots coming out of commercial.
Tim, it looks to me like the players are playing much deeper than our first show. Is that because the oil didn't have time to sit long enough?
I couldn't agree with you more, Randy. I just think the fronts are really hooking. The lane is really hot, so we've had to make some adjustments on the lane. And listen, it's gonna take a Herculean effort, but we're up for the task, and we're gonna try to go get them, try to take down game number 2.
All right, Tim. Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
And Tim joined by the family of West Malott. Franchise's family in the house tonight. Arturo Quintero is as well. And back to Graham Fa. Leadoff man in this lineup, who struck his first time in this second game. Again, folks, it's a race to 3. Not like last night where we had a race to 2. Lumberjacks looking to make this 2-0. That's just a perfect shot.
Nice time for that to happen. Beauty once again by Graham Fa.
Man. Really interesting insight there from Tim Mack about the lanes.
I mean, there isn't another explanation, because the lanes were oiled identical to our first show. But you can see just how much more angle the players are playing, and that almost cost Chris Vi.
Yeah, it did.
But they have to get it to come around the corner, and again, you do that with revolution, speed, and rotation. Almost a disastrous hit for Vi.
And with his mom, who is an amazing baker, in town to watch Chris. Do you think the lanes will get better or worse as they continue?
They're going to deteriorate. And that's why right now the Lumberjacks, if they can win this game, are looking for a sweeper.
Yep.
They're just going to get worse.
It's the Quintero family reunion. A green jacket in Augusta's got nothing on this guy. How much fun is this to watch him perform? And his family here, revved up, the man in green, Quintero. Lumberjacks well in control. Lavoie with a strike.
Good one there, finally, for Francois Lavoie. But the Adams Splitters down 44 as Smalls takes to the hardwood.
A big addition to this team. Three-time champion, runner-up at the Players earlier this year. Sixth at the Roth-Holman doubles with Jason Sterner. Made it to the PBA playoffs.
Yeah, it looked like he missed it. Looked like he missed it badly at the bottom. It didn't really have a whole lot on it.
You talk about the older you get, that gap time. Yep.
Stay clean, no opens, and maintain 42.
That's what allowed them to be in this 2-seed role, to not have to play last night.
Take us home.
Tampa Tom, a few years back, World Series of Bowling in Tampa, wins his first major, won another tournament during that event. And again, not enough angle. It needs to go more this way and then make its turn.
Does he realize that, and that's a product of how this is playing?
He realizes that, absolutely. It's just a matter of getting your body to cooperate.
Kind of goes back to what we've been talking about throughout the evening. Nothing about this sport's easy.
No.
Especially when you go up for one shot and you got 4 other guys relying on you, and you've had 10 minutes.
Yep.
Gap time doesn't seem to impact this fella.
He's one of the best at creating this type of reaction.
This just suits Prather. This come in.
Yeah. That was just a mittful.
He is a machine.
That's Old Shark. That's Old Shark. That's the guy that hooks it. That's Old Shark. Good job.
Yeah, it is. Chris Prather won the PBA playoffs here in Portland 5 years ago. Dick Allen with a 10, and the Portland Lumberjacks are going to be up 2-0.
You know, honestly, I'm not sure. Based on what the lanes are giving these players, I'm not sure the Adams Splitters have enough firepower.
Right now, it doesn't look like it. They got swept in the regular season by Portland, and it has been all Lumberjacks here tonight. They've got their mind set on being a 4-time champion. This has been impressive, complete, well-rounded. Just dynamite. Listen. You see the amount of green here, and this place just on fire. It's like it's Mardi Gras in Maine in September when we come out here. These people just love to watch this guy. Everybody does. His energy is infectious. He's everything that's right about this sport. And they'll explode if Mr. Malott can be dynamite. Well, Randall, I don't think this could have gone better for the 2 seed thus far tonight.
You want to throw another first shot? Yeah.
I want to listen to what Timmy's saying. All right, he's going to throw another shot. He's not going to shoot that 10-pin. A lot of firepower in green. Big man looks like he's hurting, to me.
Because if he gets too far right, it goes past a little faster. So it needs to get
He's
right.
never going to make excuses, but he looks like he's hurting.
Which is fine.
And if you're just joining us, his
That's just fine.
arm bothering him, been battling that. And now Nick Pate
Good to see.
stepping up.
Yeah, good to see Nick Pate getting a shot here.
Nick calls Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota home. His sister Lauren, a Pro Bowler. Russo.
Now, guys, give him a break. He hasn't thrown a shot in an hour and a half.
How hard is that?
He's trying to open up the lane, and he gets going a little bit too far to the right, but he hasn't thrown a shot forever.
Right.
Oh, cut him some slack, man.
That's hard. I mean, that's like asking a baseball reliever to not throw a single pitch and
Right.
go to warm up. Middle of an inning. It's just, it's tough. There you go.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Yep.
If need be, he can dial that in if it goes to 4 games. But right now, Lumberjacks looking to put it to bed.
And book a date with the High Rollers tomorrow night, which would be fitting because that is the top 2 teams in PBA Elite League all season long. Just chopping down tree after tree. The Portland Lumberjacks, the man in green, Quintero, rolling. Welcome back to the PBA Elite League playoffs, presented by Snickers. The Elias Cup hangs in the balance. The Las Vegas High Rollers await the winner of this one thus far. Yeah, that lady in green says it all because the Portland Lumberjacks are in full control, up 2-0 on the Akron Adam Splitters. Hey, stay up to date on the latest PBA news, including being one of the first to see the 2025 PBA Tour schedule. Go to PBA.com to sign up for PBA emails today. Welcome back to Bayside Bowl, everybody. I'm John Fanta. He's the Hall of Famer, Randy Pedersen. We have watched domination from a team that's all too comfortable at home and a 3-time Elias Cup champion, the Portland Lumberjacks. What have you seen?
I've seen the Adam Splitters not be able to bowl 200 yet. And we talked about it in the last game. The lanes are really on fire. You have to create a lot of angle just to get the ball to the pocket. But in order to strike, you have to have a heavy hand. And I just don't think the Adam Splitters, based on how the lanes have transitioned, have enough firepower.
Are you on social media?
I used to be.
Well, that's the subject of our pressing questions tonight with Kimberly Pressler. It's presented by Go Bowling. And she asked our PBA pros, what is the worst thing that they have read or heard on social media? Kimberly, take it away.
Kevin, what is the worst thing that you've read about yourself on social media?
Oh, can't tell you that one on live air. Sorry, everybody.
That list is a mile long. Lately, they're on, I look like a little kid bowling that just got out the shower. I guess they don't like this hair.
Well, I mean, is that a bad thing that you look young?
No, I guess it's okay. Clown of the PBA, Hong Kong.
What is the worst thing that you have read about yourself on social media?
Somebody once said I was a nice guy.
You are a nice guy.
Probably winning Delaware, saying like this guy's a hack and doesn't deserve this. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Matt, what's the worst thing that you have read about yourself online?
that I have big eyes.
When I was younger, they used to hurt. Now I find them quite funny.
Did you ever read anything and were like, wait, this is not true whatsoever?
Maybe, but most things are probably true that you read.
For every nasty thing that I read about myself, I have, 1,000 really positive and wonderful, fans. So thank you very much for following me and saying the nice things, to the ones that say the nice things.
Randy Pedersen, what's the worst thing you've ever read on social media?
Yeah, too many to name. I would say there's one that kind of sticks out a little, though. Somebody asked me if I was born or hatched. So, yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
We love you, RP. We love you. The majority of things are kind to Randy Pedersen, the Hall of Famer. Lumberjacks up 2-0 with this bird RP. Game 3 is next. The PBA is proud to have Bowlers to Veterans Link as the official charity of the PBA Tour. In tonight's BVL Salute to Veterans, we welcome U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Sean Grass. Thank you for your service, Sean. To donate, go to BVL.org.
Thank you, Sean. Great to have you here.
And that is one of the most powerful things that PBA Tour does. And we have a lineup change for the Atom Splitters. Nick Pate into the second slot. Tom Doherty out. What do you make of this switch?
Well, I wouldn't question manager Mark Baker. He sees something that we probably haven't seen, and he's going to go with his gut and what he likes. And he feels like he needs a change. Look at that double dribble. It's still over hooks down lane for Chris Vi. I mean, I'd love to see Nick Pate. I think that, he brings some fresh legs and a little bit different ball roll, and maybe what manager Mark Baker sees in terms of ball reaction and what you need to do in order to create the right shape. Nick Pate's a little bit better at doing that.
This team, this Akron team, was third in strikes in the Elite League in the regular season, 56.3%. But that doesn't matter here tonight. It's just been a challenging evening for them to find any sort of momentum. It's been Portland from the outset. Haven't hit 200. And this guy's been close to perfect.
The only player on the Atom Splitters that's been able to strike enough, or strike at all rather, is Jesper Svensson.
And by that time, look, it's the anchor, but when you have the momentum, Tim Mack and Graham Fa united in baldness.
We call that follically challenged. All right, let's see what kind of ball reaction Nick can create here.
Mark Baker pushed a button.
Oh, yeah.
It works.
And that's what Nick's really good at is his hand gets into a certain position to where he can get the ball to slow up enough and not overhook down lane, but he can still create enough angle.
If you're just joining us and you've missed the Arturo Quintero show, for 20 years of professional experience, Mexican national team member, and now calls Portland home. This is his home center.
No. You know that lane's tighter. They talked about it prior to the start of the game.
0.6% tour average on this.
Yeah, you want to know something funny about this or something interesting in the 2-8-10? Shota Kawazoa, in that tournament that he led, he made this twice in one game with two different bowling balls.
That's unbelievable. When we saw Shota.
I moved one ride.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty decent, even on that spare shot.
Earlier this year.
It's still
really smooth.
Yeah.
So.
And Alan Park on one of our shows. Back to Lavoie. open for Quintero. Lavoie strikes.
Execution. Great strike. Trust and execution.
We have not seen the Adams Splitters, who were so steady in the regular season at 9-5, never went on a big losing streak. Amongst the best in strike percentage. We haven't seen them capture much rhythm tonight. This is the most semblance of it of the evening. Seven.
Well, in response to what you just said, the Adams Splitters have trailed the entire evening until this game. It's the first lead of the series tonight for them. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
My bad.
Yeah.
I got my bad.
This is what happened in game 3 of our first matchup.
Yeah, very reminiscent of that, right?
And then eventually,
all we need is a foul.
You're right. The high rollers put them away in the 4th, but it's more like it for Akron. They made the matchup, the lineup change rather to Pate. Messenger call not answered by the 10. Table for 1.
Only 2 strikes for Dick Allen, and that corner pin's still a problem for him. But right now, back-to-back opens for the Lumberjacks. Looks like they're trying to gift wrap game 3.
Well, now you turn for Portland to a guy who has been super, super steady and has been fantastic here tonight in Chris Prather. PBA playoff champion 5 years ago in this building. World champion 2 years ago. Glove it out of his hands, Randy. That one left, though. It's one of his weaker shots of the night.
This one picks up much sooner than he thought it would.
22-7.
I felt like it was, but it was 22-7 this way, not this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it still cracked off.
Yeah, like, yeah. So.
Trader cleans that up.
So that number that Mac and Carr were talking about, 22-7, that was at the arrows.
Back to the idol, back to the idol.
Timmy thinks that it should have had a little bit more right angle to it.
You got plenty of paw on it, all right? Plenty of paw on it.
When things are deteriorating, like you've been talking about, how do you stay disciplined while also knowing that that's in place?
Oh, you just have to grind, but I don't think that's the case just yet. I think it's just poor execution here in game 3 for the Lumberjacks.
It's not as much what the
no, I don't believe so at all. I think there's still plenty of play on both lanes, but you still have to execute. And that's hard to do, especially when there's this much time in between shots for the players. And then factor in the pressure.
And Svensson clears with Akron on top and in control. Yeah, this is an Adams Splitters team that last night they really impressed against LAX. This man earlier this year won a US Open. So daunting, so challenging to be able to win the crown in that event. Kyle was wearing that jacket in Indianapolis. Truth not executing here. 2-4-8 RP. So the Lumberjacks with their most struggles of the evening.
Yeah, I think the right lane has changed way more than Kyle and the rest of his crew anticipated. You know, the first player, the #1 player on their team that starts everything off is Graham Fowler. He's left-handed. He can't come back with intel for the righties.
Bingo.
And then Arturo gets up and He leads 2-8-10. Smalls gets up, goes light, misses the 7-pin, and that's how we are where we are here in game 3.
And no opens for the Atom Splitters. 2 strikes for them. Akron looking for some magic in Portland. Thursday, it's baseball night in America on Fox as Bryce Harper leads the Phillies in an NL East showdown against Francisco Lindor and the Mets, or Corbin Carroll and the D-backs battle the Brewers. It all begins Thursday at 7 Eastern on Fox. Check for the game in your area. The Mets a walk-off winner tonight to keep that NL wild card lead. Chris Vi and the Atom Splitters up by 34. Randy Pedersen, you explained why the Lumberjacks have struggled here in game 3, but a lineup change for the Atom Splitters, and it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, it did. Nick Pate comes right out with a beautiful strike when he had his go.
It's left.
Yeah, that ball change for Vi on that left lane because he doesn't like what he has, obviously. And that one never got far enough to the right. That was 11, almost 12 down lane. It needs to be at about 5.
U.S. Open champion 3 years ago completes the spare. Chris with 8 top 20s, 3 top 10s this year. And back to foul.
Nice guy, Chris Vi.
Yeah, he is.
Very nice. What a great kid. As is this man from the Great White North. Oh my goodness!
Phone lines open late in Portland. Call that the fast shuffle. The strike of the game brought to you by Pilgrims. Chicken can be boring, but Pilgrims is turning chicken nuggets upside down. I love it. You love it. Put it in a nugget.
That looked like a chicken running across the lane after something. That was amazing. That was so fast. That pin was like, it was upright, standing up as it slid across.
I almost want to see it. I mean, we just saw it again like that. I could watch that on loop.
No kidding. That was phenomenal.
Right? When's the last time you saw that?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Did that pin get airborne?
Yes, it's off. Well, just watch one more time. Watch this. It's a 6-pin. Look at that. That is so crazy. Whee! Oh, my God.
That was fantastic. So, meanwhile, here in game number 3, the Atom Splitters are only fighting for their season and fighting for their life. And now you got Arturo Quintero.
Can cut it to 21. It's not over yet, folks. Remember last time up, he left the 2-8-10. He moved deeper, and that goes high. It looked like it the whole way.
Take out the Etch-a-Sketch.
All right. Let's see if I can draw on the 3-6-9-10. And there's the compensation. Now, you got to get that back pin out, that 9-pin, which is this one right there.
.7%. At 9 guarded.
Wow, I didn't think it had enough on it to cover that back pin, the 9-pin, and it had just enough. Watch this. Any more deflection, he doesn't catch the 9-pin.
Well, needed it.
Yeah,
it's down the deficit here in game number 3.
If he misses that, forget it. We're going to a game 4. But they still have a chance. It's not a very good one.
Well, it's been a mixed bag for him, but he struck his first time out here in game 3. And Franny does it again.
Starting to catch some fire is Francois Lavoie with 3 in a row now.
Well, the Adams Splitters with their backs against the wall. Stepped up here. I don't want to go home. You knew they wouldn't go home easily. This is not a team that goes into major droughts, major ruts. Small wall with the 10.
And now they can't strike.
I'll go over to that left side for game 4. Again, it's a race to 3, folks. If we were to be even after 4 games, we will have a roll-off. Each team will select 3.
Ball change for Smalls on that last shot, but unfortunately, another ring and 10. The Lumberjacks only 2 strikes here in game 3.
You know, I can't help but notice that that guy had a beverage in his hand. If you're a bowling fan in Portland, this has been a dream night. You could have gotten here at 6 o'clock and just had a field day of an evening. 9 for Allen, who he has had trouble.
That may have been Dick Allen's best shot of the evening.
So the 9 for Dick Allen. These two teams were both 9 and 5 in the regular season. But Portland swept Akron. That was the tiebreaker. It's been all Portland here this evening until now. We're down 32 here as we hit the 9th and pray they're in need of a strike. Keep it alive here in game 3. Prather has been so smooth. That's just a righteous shot.
Yeah, and he went back to the ball he was using on the left lane.
That is Max. That is.
To the Iceman.
Any mark will do. Oh my goodness.
It's an attack.
Just an absolute clubbing assault on the 9-pin.
That was a bar fight. Watch this.
It's been some great pin action for the Southpaws here in game 3. Hello.
Oh. That was a back kick.
Gonna look at Doherty again. Give him a shot. Maybe Doherty fares better on the right lane, but now this time he gets up there and really tries to open the pattern up. So we'll have to wait and see.
I got it over there. I got it over there. Yeah.
Mark Baker.
No.
He made a change and his team is alive because of it. How's the game 4 sound? You have any plans tonight?
No. Just hanging out with you.
I'm in. Also, there's no alternative plans for you. It's a Monday night here at 10:35.
Yeah.
Although you do know of one establishment open. I know that for a fact. You do your research on these towns we come to.
I got a couple lobster tails stuffed inside of my jacket.
Something's melting here.
Kyle Troop's going to look at a different ball here as this is going to game 4. That looks great.
Yeah, it does.
Looking at the strike track numbers just to the right of this right lane. He's looking at 23 at the arrows and 4.5 down at the break point.
Any thought as they go on the left side for game 4?
Well, I think they have a really good idea of what the left lane does. Remember, they came off of that left lane. Let's see, game 2, 246. They threw 2, 4, 6, 8 strikes in that game. So, yeah, I mean, I think they like that lane. They know exactly what it's giving them. And it might be a adjustments for them to make, but I don't think they're going to be big adjustments. A board or two here and there with their feet, maybe open up the pattern a little bit more on that left lane. I think they'll be fine.
Mulatto close things down here in game number 3. Again, Wes Mulatto not in the lineup tonight. 3-time Alliance Cup champion, a franchise staple to these Lumberjacks. He isn't 100%, he told Kimberly Pressler. Has been dealing with an arm issue.
He's not 100%.
And you
no way.
disagree with him. He doesn't even look himself.
Big man's got bad knees. He's had multiple knee surgeries. Elbows all jacked. You can just see it just by the way he throws it.
That's a great sign. That's awesome. His family here tonight. He and his son have bowled together on a past show that we did. Son in the house tonight. His kids, his family. Big throw and a strike to close out game number 3. But there's some late night atom splitting happening in Portland, Maine. Game 4. The night deepens next. We just keep on rolling in the PBA Elite League Snickers playoffs. The Alliance Cup will be decided tomorrow night, 7 Eastern time, right here on FS1. Who will meet the Las Vegas High Rollers? Seconds decided now.
No, second. You're second.
Tim Mack talking with the Lumberjacks. Up 2-1, trying to put away the Atom Splitters. Sean Fanta, Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler. Your thoughts entering game 4? Lumberjacks on the left lane.
Well, it depends on whether or not you want me to tell you exactly what I think is going to happen or if you want me to jinx them.
Tell me what you think is going to happen.
I think they're going to win this game.
They've had better starts on the left side. Fa's been so strong in that one spot. They go Fa, Quintero, Smallwood, Prather, and Troop.
So, you remember? Yeah, you remember where you were here before, right? Get it over there.
From where I was to izquierda.
Yeah, and get it over there.
Love the access that we get to these teams on FS1 when we can listen to these managers. And now to Chris Vide. And this Akron team had a roll-off against Portland and could not come through in round 10 of the regular season. A 10 for Vi. That was such a pivotal result, but trying to find redemption here tonight. And you think about it, the last 2 champions on the PBA Tour reside on this Atom Splitters team. In Lavoie, who won the Trios title in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and then Svensson with the Lucky Larson Masters in Sweden. Spare to begin. Yeah. And now to the man of the hour.
You like apples?
Yeah.
How about them apples? 24 to 3.5.
Wow. You think he'll sleep tonight?
Good job.
Sure, he sleeps real well at night. Staying with Nick Pate, Tom Doherty. Just rooting on his team, trying to stay alive. That's way left.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Lucky to catch a piece of the headpin.
Not a good shot by any means, but you're fighting for your season now. And just needs to clean up the 6. He's fortunate that that's the only pin.
Yeah, I mean,
really fortunate.
That could have been way worse. We saw Belmonte last night Missed the head pin left, leaving the 1-3-9, and then missed that. That's got to be nerves for Nick. He hasn't thrown a lot of shots tonight.
No. And that was an issue for Akron in the regular season. They were 7th out of 8 in filled frame percentage as a team. Now to Tom Smallwood, who has had an up and down evening for Portland.
Another ball change for Smallwood.
66% individual strike percentage. Oh! Oh, man! Double duty there.
Way to go, baby. Way to go.
The Lumberjacks just chopping wood early on here in Game 4. Timber!
That was awesome from you.
Thanks, John.
To Lavoie. This is getting fun. This is
It is.
Started slow, this particular matchup, but it is intensified big time. Lavoie with a 10. And so this is not the way you want to open a game that you gotta have to try to force a 5th. And what would be a roll-off if we get to that Game 5? Each team would pick 3 individuals.
Another flaccid 10 on the right lane. And Frankie's left a bunch of those tonight. Just a hard time with not enough rev rate to get it to come around the corner strong enough, so his pocket becomes smaller. Now this guy can make it come around the corner. We've seen it all night.
Yep.
One of the best hands in the business right here.
It's just so smooth. You can do it 10 times in a row. It'd be the same motion. Consistent as ever.
That's how you throw it. How many? 3. So that's 3. He just rolled it over. He didn't have to bang it.
Charlie Mitchell is in the house tonight behind that.
Behind that television screen or whatever it is, we'll get another shot.
Dick Allen, cash.
Now Dick's found something. You can see how much straighter he's going than everybody else.
Yes. You said down that right lane.
All right, ball change. There's Charlie. Ball change for Kyle Troop. Let's see if it pays off.
Charlie, the owner of Bayside Bowl and Broadway Bowl. We love you, Charlie. Thank you for having us here in Portland. You've built paradise for this sport.
Look at Timmy Mack back there like a linebacker. Yeah. Kyle. Yes, sir! We want to get out of here. We're going to go eat some lobster. That's what Kyle Troop just said in his head.
That's you.
Now to the Iceman. Svensson off a Lucky Larson title in Sweden. Svensson counter punches.
Wow.
Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, down the stretch we come. The High Rollers of Las Vegas are awaiting the winner of this one. The Elite League in the PBA is producing high drama. Quintero, jubilant. More to come. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to gobowling.com to find a center near you. Bayside Bowl just rocking on a Monday night. And folks, the Lumberjacks would like to keep them rocking tomorrow night, 7 Eastern Time, FS1, when we decide an Alliance Cup champion. John fans of Randy Pedersen, Kimberly Pressler with you. We hit the 6th. Lumberjacks just need to win this game to put the Iron Splitters away. Found with the spares first time up here. Oh!
trying to stay composed after watching that. Working on 4 in a row. Maybe the biggest break of the match. Can't get it to pick up.
And that right there shifts this thing all into the Lumberjacks' favor. Wow.
Even with that rev rate, that hand, he can't get that ball to pick up. He has to create that much angle. If he doesn't, it goes through the nose. But I would think a ball change would be the answer. But now it doesn't matter. It's his last shot here in game 4.
And could be his last shot of the season.
That needs to hook. All right.
Good spare. Hey, good spare. Great spare.
We'll see Chris Vi next month in the Strike Derby on Fox. Looking forward to that.
Now, El Nino, 7th frame, working on 5 in a row. This place could erupt with another strike here.
CCB in green.
Not for you, not for you, not for you, sorry.
When your name's Arturo Quintero.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Go, bro.
Party at his house tonight. We found something to do, RP.
Ay, Chihuahua, caramba! That ball had some shape, baby. Is he fun?
Yes. Yes.
Good looking shot by Nick Pate. Yep.
That was the big lineup change that Mark Baker made, and Pate has paid it off to keep them alive to this point, but now Tom Smallwood and the Lumberjacks looking to put him away. After a 9 spare in the first, 6 bagger.
Not good, but a good lead. Just 3-6. Cover it up. Maintain the lead. You guys are almost there.
Looking to clinch what would be a 5th consecutive title game appearance.
Nothing stupid. We'll see you tomorrow.
How about that? Those 3 banners. Will it be a 4th out of 5? Since we didn't have it in 2020. But 5 straight appearances. Remarkable if they can accomplish it. Lavoie.
Different ball for Frankie, too. Trying to get something to flip a little bit harder. Whoa, hang on now. Wait a minute. If Frankie starts slinging wood like that, but is it too little, too late? Beautiful shot here by Francois.
Yeah, that was pretty. Beautiful from Lavoie. By the way, 2021 now held in PBA league. Portland on their 2nd in 20, 3rd and 22.
Oh my goodness. No. So close. All right, once again, with every shot thrown, that number changes. Lumberjacks still okay. Cover it up. Can't be shut out no matter what.
This man's been up to any challenge, any task all throughout the night. He has just been so smooth. And it's again, just really, really clean from Chris Prather all throughout the evening.
Get ready for it. Hey, start thinking about the next shot. Start thinking about the roll-off, okay? because you're in.
And you just heard Tim Mack say you're in it if we have to go to one. A lot of work here. Dick Allen needs it.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Nope.
All but over now. Lumberjacks with just count will be in the 230s.
Obviously upset with himself. He just did not have his best night. And the Portland Lumberjacks,
they're moving on.
Yes, they are. Look at that.
It's important for me, you know that. Hardest decision I've ever made in my life tonight. Hardest decision ever.
That's love right there.
I love you.
We'll see you tomorrow night. The satisfying moment of the match is sponsored by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers, and it is a phrase that has been echoed for the last half decade. The Portland Lumberjacks are in the Elias Cup Championship match. How about a title showdown between the two best teams in the league all year?
It's gonna be a good one.
It'll be the Las Vegas High Rollers and the Portland Lumberjacks. What a showdown we are in for tomorrow night. Las Vegas swept Portland in the regular season. Went 2-0. Can the Lumberjacks overcome all that in front of their home faithful, Randy Pedersen? What do you make of the matchup tomorrow night?
We know who the favorite's going to be, but the High Rollers are going to give these guys all they want. I think the edge, honestly, I think it goes to the High Rollers.
Well, they've been so tough. Look at this scene here. Quintero going to this family in the crowd. High fives all down the crowd. It's awesome. Well, look, the High Rollers were the best team in the regular season. They swept the regular season meetings. They've got Andrew Anderson, the MVP. They've got A.J. Johnson, Matt Ogle, Matt Russo, Sean Rash. Sean Rash was perfect tonight. I mean, he looked so good tonight. They were dominant. So Tim Mack's going to have his work cut out for him tomorrow night. But here's what we know. The High Rollers and Lumberjacks are going to be meeting in the Elias Cup Final. What a way to cap off the PBA Elite League playoff presented by Snickers. 3-1 in the semifinals. Dominant performances by the top two seeds tonight in Portland, and Kimberly is with the Lumberjacks.
Timmy, what goes through your mind after round 3, and then you see your guys come through in that game 4 and win your guys' way into the finals? What goes through your mind when you see your team step up like that?
Listen, we had a big break in between the games. I think we lost a little of our rhythm a little bit. But like Kyle said and our team said, we just got to stick together to keep doing what we're doing. We bowled really good the first 2 games. And listen, when you got these guys wearing green, there's a good chance we're going to have a good chance in every game that we bowl. So just hats off to the crowd. Big hats off to Mark Baker and his crew. We knew those guys were going to give us a fight coming down the stretch, and we were able to stave them off there and made some really good shots coming down the stretch. And I'm super pumped, man. 5 finals in a row. I can't believe it. It's stoked.
Well, let's talk about that, because you guys are making the finals for the 5th time in a row in this building. And Kyle, he was talking about, tough competition. Tomorrow, you guys are going against the #1 seed, the High Rollers. They've been on fire this season. What are your thoughts about going up against them?
I mean, that's who I expected we were going to go against. They have we have great chemistry and communication. I think they match that. But like I said earlier in this match, the 7th man, the crowd here at Bayside, I think that's going to be the difference maker in our match tomorrow.
All right, congratulations. You guys are moving on to the finals.
The 7th man. In Seattle, they have the 12th man. In Portland, they have the 7th. And the Lumberjacks want to make it 4 banners hanging high at Bayside Bowl tomorrow night.
We did it.
This place will be on fire. It'll be a race to 3 tomorrow, 7 Eastern Time, FS1, the Fox Sports app. Join us. High Rollers, Lumberjacks for the Elias Cup. High Rollers have never won it. The Lumberjacks, 5 straight Elias Cup final appearances. They've won 3. Our coverage, again, begins tomorrow night live here on FS1, 7 Eastern with the awarding the Elias Cup. It's the Lumberjacks meet the High Rollers. For our entire crew, Randy Pedersen, Kimberly, Pressler, I'm John Fanta. You've been watching the PBA on FS1. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 to hand out the Elias Cup. Good night from Portland.